How is it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store has entered the planet of the discounts, whatever that means, but we do have some great game deals to go over in this video, and game deals under the price of $10. This is really just scratching the surface as far as all of the deals that are available. Before we get into this video, you already know you're going to be checking out some great cheap PSN game deals, but if you want to get these deals even cheaper, get your PSN credit cheaper. This video is brought to you by our sponsor, InstantGaming.com, where they've got PSN credit on the cheap. You can buy it in a wide variety of different ranges and get the amount that you want. Get it a little bit cheaper. You'll get a code and it'll redeem directly on the PlayStation platform. Redeem the code that you got and you'll add some credits to your PSN wallet and you'll be getting your games even cheaper. And not only can you get these games on sale even cheaper, you can buy new releases cheaper as well. Link in the description box below. And if you buy any PSN credit, we do get an affiliate kickback, which is much appreciated. Now, on to the video. But with that being said, a lot of good stuff, so let's get right into it. And let's start things off with Borderlands, the Legendary Collection, 80% off for $9.99. This gets you Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, Borderlands the pre-sequel, and a ton of the game's DLC. I say a ton and not all because it is missing one piece of DLC for Borderlands 2, but man, for the value you're getting out of this deal, absolutely ridiculous. And if you're fiending to play some Borderlands, or you're seeing a lot of Borderlands gameplay and whatnot, but you don't want to spend the premium on Borderlands 4, you guys, the older Borderlands games are still very much worth playing. And I still personally believe that Borderlands 2 is the best in the series, but you know, if you compare Borderlands 4 to Borderlands 2 side by side, yeah, Borderlands 4 probably, you know, for its visuals and whatnot, a little bit better of a game. The gunplay, I would say, is stronger, but relative to when Borderlands 2 came out, I just enjoyed that game so much more than I did Borderlands 4, and I beat Borderlands 4. I thought it was okay, but yeah, this collection is fantastic for $9.99, a fantastic pickup, and you're getting so much replayability, it's actually ridiculous. You're getting well over 100 hours of content across all three games as well. Even if you rush through the three games, you're still getting a ton of content. So $9.99 for that is fantastic. Next up, we got Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown, 84% off for $9.59. Really good deal on Ace Combat 7, a franchise that I think is a little bit underrated, but hey, we're up to Game 7 in the mainline entry, so obviously people are checking it out. But great action gameplay, narratively nothing to really write home about, but a great soundtrack, and overall the gameplay is really solid for $9.59. Again, I think this is a great deal. Definitely would recommend that. Next up, a franchise that I love. Hopefully we'll get a third entry. I doubt it, but Gravity Rush 2 is 50% off for $9.99. The game is available on PlayStation Plus Extra. But man, Gravity Rush 2 is such a fantastic game. I played the original Gravity Rush when it came out on the PlayStation Vita and loved it on there. Then it got remastered on PlayStation 4, and then we had Gravity Rush 2, which I would say is a significantly better game than the original, just from a gameplay standpoint, and the fact it was built ground up for the PS4 versus the Vita, so you had a lot more you could do with it. Decent story, fantastic art style that I think has just aged gracefully, and good soundtrack. $9.99, such a good deal. Give it some love. It's one of the most underrated PlayStation IPs of all time, and yeah, hopefully, maybe in this life, we'll get a third game. I don't know, I doubt it. We need more money for Concord 3, but nonetheless, there you go with that. Control Ultimate Edition, 85% off for $5.99. Control is awesome, man. I always go to bat for this game. I think it's fantastic. And it's in fact my favorite game that Remedy has put out. Yes, above Alan Wake 2, and above a lot of their other games, above Quantum Break, Alan Wake 1. I just thought Control was an excellent game. Narratively, you know, it's a little bit out there, but I think the gameplay is great, the visuals are excellent, and it's PlayStation 5 enhanced, PS5 Pro enhanced as well. But they also recently dropped a free update, adding some new content to the game. But for $5.99, great pickup there, also available on Plus Extra. Next up, we got Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, 85% off for $8.99. Guardians of the Galaxy is an awesome game, and as I've said before, I played Guardians of the Galaxy before watching any of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I had really no attachment whatsoever to these characters. Went into it, had a great time, really liked the characters as well, and I know that some people were down and you just primarily play as Star-Lord, but you use the other Guardians' abilities and whatnot. I thought it was a really well done game, man, and I thought the interactions between the characters were great, primarily Star-Lord and Rocket. Like, those are my two favorite Guardians for sure, but the rest of the cast is strong, good soundtrack, pretty good story as well. A lot of comedy there, but overall, a really good time, and $8.99 is an excellent price point. Next up, we have Detroit Become Human, 50% off for $9.99. You know, I'm really bummed out that Quantic Dream is working on a live service game. Like, I don't know if that Spellcasters game is going to turn out well. You know, hopefully we'll get an update about Star Wars Eclipse at some point, because they haven't put out a game since Detroit Become Human. But the reason why Quantic Dream is revered in the games industry is because of their excellent narrative work on these games, and they did a phenomenal job with Detroit Become Human. Excellent visuals, great voice acting, and a great story as well that I think people will really vibe with in today's landscape, so to speak. And this is one of those games, and I always say this with these narrative-driven games that have decision-making as a big part of it. Play these games blind. One of the biggest aspects of these games is the decision-making, and you want the decision-making to have as much consequence as possible, and you're totally stripping that away if you look up a guide, look up what decisions to make. You know, for sure, beat the game and then play through it again, and then have a guide or do whatever you want, but for the first playthrough, I think you should go absolutely blind, and you'll have a great time with it. $9.99, great pickup there. Next up, we have Middle-earth, the Shadow Bundle, 90% off for $6.99. You know, it is what it is with Warner Brothers these days. They are absolutely cooked, but Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War were both excellent open-world action-adventure games. I thought they had incredibly satisfying combat, a good amount of content, but it wasn't absolutely overwhelming. You get the DLC with this edition as well, and again, I'm not a Lord of the Rings guy. I have no care in the world for it, but these games, just from an action gameplay standpoint, I thought were great, and I thought incredibly satisfying as well. The combat was $6.99. Check that out. Next up, Wolfenstein II, the new Colossus, is 85% off for $5.99. I would highly recommend you to play the New Order before you play the new Colossus, but they do have a recap video in there. And New Colossus is a really solid first-person shooter. Wolfenstein's a little bit out there, a little bit wacky, but Machine Games did a really good job with it. And I know that they have the idea for a Wolfenstein 3 on the table. Like, his story was supposed to be a 3-game arc. Machine Games recently put out the Indiana Jones game, so that's what they've been doing since Wolfenstein 2, and they did a killer job with the Indiana Jones game. But yeah, Wolfenstein 2 for $5.99, I think that's a really good deal if you want a quality first-person shooter that is actually, you know, for a FPS campaign, it's a little bit lengthy as well. I would say for $6, a great pickup there. Next up, you know this video wouldn't be complete if I couldn't glaze some JRPGs. Scarlet Nexus is 85% off for $8.99. I really dug Scarlet Nexus. I know it's a game that got kind of a mixed reception, and I totally can understand why. The story definitely is a bit disjointed at times, to say the least. You know, the game did have to cut corners a little bit as far as how it presented its story. A lot of it was via, like, visual novel-style scenes. There are a few cutscenes for the bigger moments, but it's few and far between. But the aspects of this game I really did like. I liked the characters, I liked the combat a lot. The soundtrack, I think, is a sleeper element of this game, a really good soundtrack. And for $9, I think it's a great buy. You do have 2 playable main characters as well, Yuito and Kasane, and it's definitely worthwhile to go through both of their stories. Again, for $9, I think this is a good deal, and I would give it a shout. Next up, we got a couple Tales of games. Tales of Symphonia Remastered, 75% off for $9.99. This is a little bit older. This was initially a GameCube game, so keep your expectations in line. But Symphonia is one that people herald as one of the best, if not the best, Tales of game in the entire series. I don't really think of it in that regard. Honestly, I don't think of Symphonia that highly. Like, I think it's a totally fine game, and I've always said Tales of is a super consistent JRPG franchise. Like, all of the games are at least good, and that goes for Symphonia as well. And again, while my opinion isn't as strong as some other people, I still thought it was a good game, and again, so many people do think of it very highly. So $9.99 on that, check that out. And then Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, 80% off for $9.99. This was, I want to say, one of the, I don't know if I played Abyss first, but I definitely never got to the end of Abyss when Abyss came out. Vesperia was the one that really drew me into Tales of. I played Abyss on the 3DS and the PS2 after Vesperia, but man, I love Tales of Vesperia. I thought it was a great game that it certainly has its issues. Yuri definitely hard carries as far as the cast goes, but he's one of the best main characters in a JRPG that you'll come across, and the gameplay is enjoyable. The story is your save the world JRPG flair, but that's not a problem. The soundtrack is excellent. Definitely a great soundtrack there as well. For $9.99, a good buy there. Definitely would recommend that. Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch Remastered, 80% off for $9.99. In the PlayStation 3 era, a lot of people thought that this was the best best JRPG in that era. It had a great art style, gameplay was solid, and the story was not a blowaway story, but I thought it was an engaging story that you liked a lot of the characters, and overall, it'll keep you connected until the end. I think for $9.99, pretty good pickup. Give that a look if you have yet to play it. Yakuza Like a Dragon Hero Edition, 60% off for $9.99. Now, this is about to get added to Plus Extra, but Yakuza Like a Dragon is phenomenal. And you get the Hero Edition here. Nothing too crazy added, just some in-game items and things of that nature with this edition, but a fantastic turn-based JRPG. One of the best main characters in a JRPG in here as well, in Ichiban. I actually like Ichiban more than Kiryu, which I know some people are gonna be like, oh my god, that's blasphemous, but just for the kind of person I am, and, you know, I'm a sucker for the zero to hero stories. You know, a man left with nothing. Just play, you know, Like a Dragon, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and I think everybody will really vibe with Ichiban's story. The never give up kind of story is something that I can always get into, especially if it's executed well, and in Yakuza Like a Dragon, it's executed really, really well. Great game, ton of content, $9.99, great pickup there. Next up, we do have Vanquish. That is 75% off for $6.24. Over-the-top, fast-paced action title by Platinum Games, but you take Platinum Games as a gameplay and you turn it up to 11. Like, I'm playing Ninja Gaiden 4 right now, and that game is at an 11 as well from, you know, just insane Platinum Games gameplay, but I don't know if I would rank it above Vanquish. I think I would put them neck and neck, and Vanquish is just pure insanity. Super short game, but for the type of game that Vanquish is, you can't have it be like a 20-30 hour game. You just can't. It's so over the top, so fast paced that it's a get in, get out, all killer, no filler, and for this price point, definitely recommend that. And then lastly, we do have KLONOA, the Phantasy Reverie series, 75% off for $9.99. You know, KLONOA's never been a franchise that really connected on a commercial level, which is unfortunate because Bandai Namco did give it a lot of opportunities. You had the original release, then you had it released on Nintendo Wii in the remake, and then you had the Phantasy Reverie series as well, and it just never clicked, like that. But from a gameplay standpoint, it's really good. It's a really, really well done set of platformers here. And visually they look great, and just a great throwback as far as platformers are concerned. Definitely recommend that. But that is going to do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals under the price of $10. Links to everything in the description box below. As always, sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.